So we start with relative and absolute referencing. So last week we ended at activity 2, which was sheet formatting. So kindly get your sheet formatting now and we can continue. The assignment I gave demonstrated formatting of numbers, formatting of dates. Okay. So anytime you enter monetary values like this, so kindly select the section of your data region that has the figures. Select them like this. Okay. Then on the home tab, under the numbers command group, you select a format. Okay, so this one is, you can select the accounting. Okay, you can select the accounting one or the currency. You can select accounting or currency. Okay, 1 2, great. So anytime you have monetary values or numbers that are huge, it's important to format them. If they are in thousands or millions, formatting them appropriately to show the comma separator is important. So this one, we know they are monetary values. They are not just figures or numerical value. So we'll format them with the currency sign. Okay. And one of the default one for formatting money or money is either the currency or accounting. So if you go for the accounting, you will see that it will append the default format, which is the dollar sign, to it. So each of these will be dollar dollar. But we are not in America or Canada, right? So how do you get the CD sign? So you can use alt 0162 to get a CD sign. The other approach is to change the do regional settings from your date menu. So I'll take my time and walk you through those steps from your date sessions and change it from dollar in your original settings. Change it from dollar to cedis with your CD sign alt 0162, or you copy it and paste it. So when you use the accounting, it formats the numbers with with a thousand separator. Yes, I am with a thousand separator. Okay. Then we come to the budget to we select that one and apply our thousand separator there. Okay. So accounting. Okay. And this one makes it easy to read. Okay. It makes it easy to read. As soon as you see it, you are able to appreciate that these are numbers. You're able to appreciate that these are numbers. Okay. So last week we used this to explain the concept of absolute referencing. Absolute referencing. So we take it off from there. Okay, take it off from absolute reference. In other words, we are going to do similar thing, which is absolute reference. So create a new sheet and call it activity 3 or act 3. Okay, act 3, absolute, absolute, absolute reference, or you can call it ref. Then it takes a maximum of 32 characters, 30. So I've shortened the activity to act. So act 3, absolute reference. Then you go into the workbook I sent. The workbook I sent. There's a sheet called activity 3, relative cell reference. If you identify it, copy it, and then when you come here, click on this select all icon, do Ctrl V to paste. So activity 3, relative cell ref, from the workbook I sent to, or I shared with you. If you have found it, kindly let me know. So if you find it, these are the items you should see there: product name, unit price, quantity ordered. Yes, if you have seen it, kindly show by hand. Show by raising your hand if you have found the sheet. Yes, please confirm if you have seen the data set. If you've seen it, copy it from that workbook and paste it here, activity 3 or act 3, absolute reference. Are we good to go? Can I continue? 1. Okay, so I'm waiting. One person says she's good. I want to, okay, 2, 3. Great. So we have these columns here and want to continue to demonstrate the concept of absolute referencing. As for relative referencing, you are okay with it. It's the default referencing in Excel. So please type total cost in column D and then type new price in column E, new price in column E. Okay. And then we're going to use relative reference to get the total cost. So for relative reference, what it means is that when you fill handle or autofill the results, the cells or the cell references in your formula will be updating as the formula is copied downwards or leftwards or rightwards. Okay, so that's relative referencing. The cell references will be changing as you copy the formula down or to your right or to your left. Okay, and for something like total cost, since this is adjacent to each other, in other words, you want to multiply 2.84 by 2, 500.98 by 4, like that. These are relative to each other and they don't change, so use relative referencing. Okay, so let's use, since today is about functions, we are going to use a function. So to write a formula, we explained last week that you prompt Excel with an equal sign or a plus sign. So when you enter equal sign, Excel knows that you are going to enter a formula. Okay, so formula begins with an equal sign, the name of the function, and the function argument in parentheses. Okay, so we've been using equal sign, so please use plus. So enter plus in cell D2, and then the name of the function is product. We want to find total cost. Total cost is unit price times quantity ordered. Okay, so equals product plus product, double click on product, then you have your parenthesis opened, then click and drag from 2.84 to 2, close the parenthesis and hit the enter key. There you have the total cost or total amount payable to or total cost for Toshiba satellite. Okay, when you are done, use the fill handle to autofill it downwards. Okay, so please make sure you are not left behind. If at any point in time you have issue, kindly raise your hand so we address your issue. Yes, David. David, your hand is up. Okay, sure. So we are doing relative referencing. Okay, so with relative referencing, the formulas for this the cell references for the formula keeps changing relative to the position of the row or the column. Okay, so you bring your formula prompt, either the plus or equal sign. We are saying we are using the plus. So plus products, which is the name of the function. When you start typing pro, then all function names that begin with pro will pop up with an IntelliSense. So you double click on products, that's what we are looking for. Then you click and drag on the first values, which is 2.84 to 2. You click and drag those two cells to select them as your argument for your function. So what goes into the parentheses are the argument for the function. Then you close the parenthesis. So plus products into bracket B2 is to C2. what you are telling Excel is that pick the content of B2 and that of C2 and multiply them because you are using the function called product. When you are done, you hit the enter key, then use the fill handle to autofill your result. This is relative referencing. Are we okay now? Can I make progress? Fantastic. Okay. Now, you're welcome. You're welcome. Now, go to the formulas bar. So click on the formulas bar, the formulas tab, sorry. Click on the formulas tab under formula auditing. Okay. So that's a third command group. We have function library, defined names, and then formula auditing. Under formula auditing, there is a command called show formulas, and the keyboard shortcut is Control tilde, tilde, tilde. The tilde key is a key on top of your tab key on the left hand side or below your escape key on the left hand side. It's called the tilde key, tilde. So Control tilde will toggle between the formula and the result of the formula. So click on that to show the formulas instead of the results. Okay, click on it to show the formulas instead of the result. Then when you observe closely, okay, when you observe closely, you would appreciate that though you entered one formula and auto-filled downwards, you could see that as the cells are copied down, the cell references keep changing. So we did product B2 is to C2. When you go to row 3, it increased the row number by 1. So B2 became B3 and then C2 became C3. Okay, so let me go over the formula. Okay, so please, we are in the total cost column. We want to find the total amounts for Toshiba. Oh, we have not done the new price. We have not done new price. Yes, we've not done new price. Oh, how to get the formulas to show. Okay, okay. So you click on the formulas tab on the ribbon. Formulas tab on the ribbon. Then you move to formula auditing command group. Is a third command group. Formula auditing. So you have trace precedent, trace dependent, remove arrows, function, error checking, and then show formulas. And the keyboard shortcut is Control tilde. So from this point onwards, chances are that I'll only say that show the formulas. I won't say go to the formulas tab, formula auditing, and click on show formulas. So by this, you have two options. Either you want to go through this lengthy process or want to use a keyboard shortcut. Advanced users of Excel use keyboard shortcut. So Control tilde and you are good to go. So you click on it and it shows you the formulas. Please, I use a plus as a prompt for my formula. So that's how come you are seeing equals plus product. Okay, equals plus product. So I was explaining how relative referencing works. When we are done, we are going to do absolute reference. Then you get to see the difference. Okay, so this is by default Excel. When you copy a formula down, Excel applies relative reference. By relative reference, it picks the corresponding row or the corresponding column. It increases the row number by 1. Okay, increases the row number by 1. If it is column wise, it will go to the next column like that. So it's assuming that the cells you are multiplying are adjacent to each other. Okay, so when you come to row 3, B2 changes to B3, C2 changes to C3. Then row 4, B4, C4. So apparently we get to see that the columns which are B and C are constant, but the row numbers are changing because we are filling downwards. Okay, we are filling downwards. So the cell references keep changing, keep changing, keep changing, keep changing to the last. This is how come you can get the results accurately. And this is useful when they are adjacent to each other. When they are adjacent, you could see that 2.8 is adjacent to this is adjacent to that. But there are instances like the new price where we want to increase the prices for our products, and the increment value is not adjacent to the existing price like quantity ordered is. These are instances where you need absolute reference. So after absolute reference, we go to another type of reference, which is mixed reference. Okay, so the next thing to demonstrate is absolute reference. So we are going to use the new price column to demonstrate absolute reference. So please control tilde to turn off show formulas. Then we need to have a cell that will hold the value for the new price. So quickly, let's go to cell 123, cell H1, and type new price rates. New price rates. New price rates. Okay. So usually, depending on how they increase fuel, you would, or depending on management decisions, chances are that if they increase fuel by 10%, sometimes I wonder, the politicians, they know that if they increase fuel, it's not the rich who suffer, it's the poor, the people who don't have. Because if you increase fuel, the business person to add the cost to it, and at the end of the day, it's the people who are buying who will suffer. Okay, so if I'm selling a product and it's 5,000, and things are hard, or the economy is hard, and they are increasing the inputs I use for my services, I won't bear the cost. I'll put the cost on the consumer, on the customer, and indirectly it's going to affect people. The business owner doesn't suffer. Maybe the government employee and the salary employee who will suffer, because your salary has not been increased by 25%. So let's assume that management has decided to increase the unit prices by 15%. So 15% is the new um okay, so instead of new price, we call it increment rates. So let's call it increment rates. All right. So we are going to increase all these prices by 15%. And remember that 15% means 15 over 100. So you can type here equals 15 per means division. Cent is 100. So divided by 100. So this is the value of 15%. Okay, this is the value of 15% when it comes to 1, comparing to 1. Okay, this one is commensurate with 100. Okay, so let me put 100 to the right, 100, and this is 1. Okay, now you did some little mathematics in school, change of subject. Okay, where they taught you change of subject. So if we are going to increase our unit prices, existing price, so this is existing price. I hope you are doing same. Existing price, and this existing price, and then our new price, Okay, so the new price is going to, okay, yes, Sina. So the 15%, you divide 15% means 15 over 100. So you type equal to 15 / for the division sign, then 100. That will turn into 0.15. So 15% is the same as 0.15. Is it working for you now? Great. All right. Now, in terms of percentage, okay, in terms of percentage, existing price is 100%. And this 100%, we know that it is equivalent to what? 1. Okay. Then in terms of percentage, the new price is equivalent to what? So new price is going to be increased by 0.15. Old price is going to be increased by 0.15. So if we know that existing price is 100%, and then the new price is an increment of 15%, in terms of percentage, what would the new price be? Yes, who will answer this question for Dadamia Pizza and Mango and Banana Blue Skies from my end at Dobru? Oh no, today no pizza for you, please. Okay, so the question is, if existing price in percentage terms is 100%, what is the percentage value of the new price? Show working. Yeah, show working. Explain, quick, quick, David, explain. But no pizza for you. I already told you, so no pizza for you today. Yes, 115 is correct. How did you arrive at 115? David first. Okay, so David is gone mute. Yes, who is going to explain David's answer? 115 is correct, but why 115? I'm adding 15% to 100%. Fantastic. So this one is equal to the existing price in terms of percentage, which is 100%, plus the increment rate, which is 15%. So in terms of percentage, the new price will be 115%. Okay. Then if you want to do if you want to convert it to the ones, then this one will be equal to 1 plus 0.15. Okay. I usually prefer the 1.15. So I'll go for that. If you want the 115%, that's fine. You can also use that. So I'm going to color this and use it. So I go to the home tab, and then under the font command group, I have the paint buckets or the fill color command. I think I'll color it this green accent 6 lighter 40%. I'll color it like that, and then color the new price rate to like that. So when I come, I know that this is what I'm using. Great. So please ensure you have the 1.15 here. Don't just enter 1.15. Use the calculation. Use calculation. All right. Are we good? Can I make progress? Yes, I want to see your thumbs. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth one. We're good to go. Great. So you type equals. Remember, if you want to increase the price, you multiply it by the percentage. Okay. If you had multiplied the existing price by 15%, what you'd have gotten would be the value of the 15%, but not the actual new price. Okay. So we want to do it straight away. So equals, then click on the cell reference for the unit price for Toshiba satellite, which is 2.84. Bring your asterisk. Okay, so we are using functions. So equals products bracket opens. You click on the cell reference for the unit price of Toshiba satellite. You bring your comma, and then you click on the cell reference for the 1.15. Then we'll leave it like this. You close the parenthesis, hit the enter key, and you get to see the new price. Of course, the first one will always give you accurate value. Then autofill. When you autofill, you have, let me see. Okay, 9.48. Okay, so you have issues. This one is 115. 115. So why do I have values there? Supposed to be even 00. Okay. So besides the first one, I guess, and then the rest, besides the first one, the remaining are wrong. Besides the first one, the remaining will be wrong. So how do you rectify that? Yes, David, you have a question. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so if you use the asterisk, then you get the 00. So for demonstration purposes, let's use the multiplication sign with the operands b2 and j2 rather than the function product, so nobody gets confused. Yeah, so let me repeat that. Let me go through that process. So you type equal to, okay, and then you click on the cell reference for unit price. So please do that, cell reference for unit price, and then you press the asterisk key for multiplication. Asterisk key for multiplication. And then click on the 1.15 cell. The 1.15 cell. That's all. Okay, this is all that you are doing. You hit the enter key and you realize that the old price 2.84 has been increased by 15%. Then autofill. Autofill downwards. When you autofill downwards, you get to see that besides the first one, Toshiba's price, the rest are 00, an indication that they are wrong. Okay, great. So what is the issue? How do you rectify that? Now press your control tilde key, control tilde, to show the formulas. Control tilde. I hope everybody is doing it. Control tilde. You show formulas. And then look at it. Just at the first glance, you get to see that J5, which has the cell 1.1, which has the value 1.15, keeps changing as you fill the formula down. This is not how we want it to be. 1.15 is in J5, and we want that cell reference J5 to be constant, to be fixed throughout as we copy the formula downwards. But when we copy it downwards, automatically Excel keeps changing it. It assumes that in the next row, we want to multiply B3 by a value in J6. Meanwhile, J6 has no value. Okay, J6 has no value. So when you go to, okay, this one, trace precedent. Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, so click on cell E3. Okay, click on cell E3, and then on the formulas tab, remember today part of the things we'll be doing is formula auditing. So you are there at the workplace, somebody hands you a workbook with calculations, some complex calculations, you don't know which is controlling what. You use this feature called formula auditing to audit the formula, know which values or where the values are coming from, where the cell references are coming from, and which cells are controlling the output. Okay, so with cell E3 selected, and then you go to the formulas tab on the ribbon. Under formula auditing, click on trace precedence, and this will draw arrows to the cells that are being used in that formula. See, J6 is empty, so automatically Excel is assuming that this is a relative reference, but that is not the case. If you should trace the precedent for the remaining, you go to E4, you could see that it's doing the same thing. So it's moving the cell downwards. I hope everybody is doing this and interrogating the formula. This is how we interrogate Excel formulas, formula auditing. Fantastic. Now, since you appreciate where the values are coming from, clear the arrows by clicking on remove arrows so that they go away, and then come to cell E2. Let's resolve this problem. So click inside cell E2, and then 1 2 3, place the mouse pointer before J5, and then press your F4 key. So usually you should have an FN. If you have an FN key, you press the FN, which is to the left of your space bar. Then you press on the F4 function key 4, F4 key. So FN plus F4 is what we use to do absolute referencing and then mixed reference. Please click on it once because we are doing absolute. When we are done, we move to mixed reference. Then you can press on it twice, okay, to get that effect. I hope it's working for everybody. Okay, so what this does is that you bring a dollar sign, or with absolute referencing, you bring a dollar sign before the column letter and another dollar sign before the row number. This tells Microsoft that the content in this cell is constant, or we want this cell reference to be constant. So when we copy it down, don't change it. Don't move it from J5 to J6 to J7 to J8 to J9 to J15. Let it be fixed throughout. So it's just like entering a value like 15% here, like B2 times 15%, and autofilling. When you do that, to be constant. But the disadvantage of entering B2 times the value 15% right here, or 115% inside your formula, is that it's cumbersome. If you want to change the content, or you want to change the percentage, they have to come here again and enter. But whilst if it's in a different cell, you can just go to that cell and simulate how different percentages and price increase will affect the overall profit of that just at a go. Okay, yes, David, your hand is up. Yeah, so when you understand, yes, so you can do that. If your function keys are not working, you bring a dollar sign before the column letter and a dollar sign before the row number. Yes, so you can do that manually. So if you have done this, now autofill the results downwards, still showing the formulas. Then you get to see that when you bring the dollar sign before J and the dollar sign before 5, and you autofill, J5 doesn't change. It becomes fixed. It becomes constant throughout. And this resolves the issue of the rest being 0, because any number multiplied by 0 is 0. Okay. Now do your control tilde to turn off the show formulas. Okay. Then you get to see correct new prices for all our products. Okay. Yes, I hope it is working. Any challenge now? Any issues? Any issues? Any issues? Okay. So since nobody is talking or showing any reaction, it's supposed to work. Um, did you bring a dollar sign before the column letter and a dollar sign before the row number? Copy your formula and paste it in the chat box. Then let me check what might be wrong there. Okay, B2 times dollar sign J. Yeah, so you've made a mistake. So David, listen. Dollar sign before G and dollar sign before 5, not after 5. Fantastic. Great. Okay. So I guess we can move on to the next one, which is mixed reference. Mixed reference. Mixed reference. When we are done with the mixed reference, I'll give you some simple exercise with the absolute and relative reference to do. So create a new sheet, call it Act 4. Act 4, that's activity 4. Act 4, mixed ref. Mixed ref. Mixed ref. Okay. Now, the rule of thumb in using Excel with many sheets is that as soon as you have more than 2 sheets, okay, as for naming, we are doing it. After naming each sheet corresponding to with the name that corresponds to the content of it or what the sheet does, when you have more than one sheet, it's important to color code the sheet tabs. Okay, so I think currently, so look at this. When I right click in between the buttons, the scroll buttons here, when I right click, I get to see all the sheets that are in my workbook. Okay, and this is also great for navigation. So the moment you have more, you can right click in between these buttons, the scroll buttons here. Sorry, you can right click in between the scroll buttons here and click on which one you want to go to and click on OK. It will take you there. Okay, all right, so let's do a home or housekeeping. So right click on activity 1, data entry. Okay, sheet tab and tab color. Ideally, it is good if you use graduated scale. So the first one, I'll go for this green, the last green. Okay, accent 6, darker 50%. And the next one, I'll right click, tab color. Then I'll go for a lighter one, the first one, which is 80% lighter, so that they are differentiated. Then activity 3, tab color. Then I'll count for blue. Okay, so I'm moving from the right to the left. Blue, deep, that's a deep blue. Then right click, tab color. I'll go for the 80% blue. Okay, like that. So now I get to see that each of my sheet tabs are colored differently, and that helps a lot with navigation. Is it working for everybody? Are we good? So show by thumbs up if you are good, thumbs up. If you are not good, thumbs down. So all those who are good, thumbs up. All those who are not good now, thumbs down. Okay, so 1 thumbs down, 2 thumbs up. Okay, so David, what's the issue? what's the sheet name? We are not naming the sheet. Oh. So activity 2, sheet formatting, we are not renaming them. We are only coloring as professionals or advanced Excel users. So these are best practices. Anytime you have more than 2 sheets in your workbook, you color the sheet tabs. Okay. So we are not naming them. Okay, so we are on activity 4, right? Next reference. Let's try to calculate commissions for the products. Commissions for the product. We let's copy. Let's copy the items here. So we are copying the formulas and the data from product name to total cost. So copy and come and paste them. How many columns are they? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 columns. So when I come here, I have to select 4 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4. And scroll down. And then I hit the enter key. So I can right click and choose paste, or I can also use the enter key. Now, the difference between right clicking and choosing the paste and then using the enter key is this. When I use the enter key, you realize that the matching ants go away. So watch this. I am going to copy HP. So I've copied HP printer and its unit price. As it copied, Excel shows this, we call this green thing with some movement, we call it matching ants. Okay, it shows that it is selected and copied. The content will be copied to the clipboard. When I come to H and I want to paste it, when I right click and choose paste, okay, it's, or I do Control V, the matching ants are still there, which means I can still be pasting them. So I've not copied it again. I can keep pasting. So when you do Control V, Control C, Control V, you still have the copied item on the clipboard. And at any point in time, you can paste it. But if that is not what you want, then after pasting it once, you press the enter key or the escape key to tell the clipboard that, hey, I am good. I'm done with this content. Clear it from the cache. So these are long processes, but just for you to understand how Excel works. Okay. So when you copy and the matching ants are still there, you do 2 things. You either press the enter key or press the escape key to take away the matching ants. These are long processes. The shortcut is to use the enter key to paste it. It's not fantastic that you can use enter key to paste a copied content. So when you use the enter key to paste a copied content, instead of Control V or right clicking paste, what you have done is that you have moved 2 or 3 steps ahead. You have escaped 2 steps and you have cleared the content that was copied from the cache, leaving your Excel cache free and being efficient as well. You are freeing the resources that are there. Great. I hope this understanding is clear. Okay. Hope it's clear. Great. So we gonna move. I think I'll need about 3 columns, 3 rows, sorry. So I'll need 3 rows on top of row 2. So please click on row number 2 to select the entire row, then right click, insert, then to insert 1 row on top, then do Control Y, and that will give you Control Y, repeat your previous action. So that will give you another row at the top. Another row at the top. Great. So we're going to assign commissions, different levels of commission to this product. Okay, so after total cost, type level 1, that will be level 1 commission, level 1, level 2, level 2, level 3, 3, 3. Great. Then level 1, we'll give 5% commission, 5% commission, and then 15%. So just add a percentage sign to it. 15% commission, 20% commission. If not, you convert like we did the previous one. So for you to know that it is actually percentage, it will shift to the right hand side. Remember, in Excel, numbers are right aligned whilst text are left aligned. So the moment it becomes right aligned, then it means that it is seen as a number. A number. Okay. Then type commission in cell G2, commissions, commission, commission in cell G2. And then I hope I'm not going too fast. We are all here, right? I hope everybody is at the same speed as where I am. Great. So we won't waste time formatting this, okay? But let's do that for just for the commission. So select the 3 cells, one to the left, one to the right of G2. Okay, so from F2 to FH, select them, and then go to the home tab, and then under alignment, look for merge center, merge and center. Okay, merge and center, and this one will merge the 3 cells into one and center it in the middle. Okay, so when you get time, you format this one appropriately. Okay, great. Now let's calculate the commissions for each of these levels using what is called mixed reference. So there are 2 types of mixed reference. One is where we make the column fixed or constant, but the row changes. And the other is the vice versa. We make the row constant, but the column changes. Okay, mixed reference. It's similar to the absolute reference. However, the difference here is that we are making just one of the elements in the cell reference fixed. So there are times we want to fix the column. Okay, you want to fix the column, but you don't want to fix the row. You want the row to change. You want to fix the column, but I don't want the rows to change. Okay, so let's do this and see how each of these new prices, the prices of the prices will have their commissions. Okay, commissions. Okay, so in level 1, that's F5, you type equal to equal to equal to okay, equal to, then you click on the cell reference for unit price, and that will be C5. That'll be C5. And the column should be fixed. We are going to remember we are going to drag this one from left to right. So we assume that we fix the column and leave the row. So as you drag to the right and we drag downwards, if you are dragging downwards, we have to leave the row. Okay, so when we are dragging, we want the column to be fixed. So click inside or before C5, and then your F4. When you do it first, it turns into an absolute reference. When you do it again, it turns into a mixed reference. But this mixed reference fixes the row. We don't want to fix the row, we want to fix the column. So on the third count of Fn and F4, it fixes the column. Fixes the column. Right. The easiest one is to just bring the dollar sign before the column letter C. Okay. So you type equal to under level 1, click on the unit price, and then do your function key for 1. This is absolute reference. Absolute reference means that there's a dollar sign before the column letter and a dollar sign before the row number. That is not what we want. We've already demonstrated absolute reference. Now we are going to fill it to the right hand side. Okay, so we need to fix only the column. When I toggle it again, it fixes the row number. I don't want to fix the row number. I want to fix the unit price column. So I do it on the third count and it fixes the column letter, which is C, fixes the column. The shortcut would have just been you going there and entering a dollar sign in front of C. That's all. That was more efficient than toggling from absolute to the two types of mixed reference. Okay. Then asterisk. Remember, commissions are given on total cost. Okay, they are given on total cost. So we are going to multiply the we are going to multiply the unit price by the quantity and then by the commissions as well. So we could have just done it on the total cost, but we are learning formula and calculation. So let's go on. Okay, so we are multiplying by quantity to get total cost. So this quantity too, we are fixing the column. So this time I want to type my dollar sign. So I click dollar sign before the column letter and I leave the row number. Then times the percentage, times the percentage. So I go to where 15% is, 5% is, I click on it, and this one I am going to fix the row number. I'm fixing the row number because I don't want row 3 to change. Okay, all the values are on row 3, but they are in different columns. So row 3 is fixed, but column F has 5%, column G has 15%, then column H has 20%. So the column must be relative whilst the row is fixed. So I go in front of 3 and bring my dollar sign, and then I hit the enter key. Then I autofill to my right and autofill down, and I get the respective commissions for all the total cost. Yes, any cool sign, any cool sign, any cool sign. Okay, yes, one down. Anybody got it? Anybody got it? Hey. Okay, yes, one person got it. At least I have one person who had it right. All right, so it means I have to go through again. Let me go over. Let me go over. So please, I'm going to do it last time. Remember, all that we are doing is that we are multiplying the total cost by these percentages. Okay, that's what we are doing. But just to demonstrate the sophisticated and powerful concept of mixed references, we have to do it individually. So we are assuming that we don't even have total cost, and we are doing the individual calculations right at the commission level. Okay, so I'm going to do it again. So let me clear this formatting. The home editing, clear formats, clear content. Okay. So please, I'm doing it again and again and again, but again once. Once again, I'm doing it again once. That rhymes well. Great. So equal to, you click on the cell reference for unit price. We're going to fix the column. The column must not change, but the row will be changing because unit price is only in column C. We don't have unit price in column D. So you fix the column letter C by bringing a dollar sign in front of it. To get total cost, you multiply unit price by quantity ordered. Is that the case? So you bring your asterisk, multiply by quantity ordered, and then quantity ordered is only in column D. So we fix column D. We fix the column letter. So dollar sign before D. Then it's total cost times the percentage. Okay, either 5%, 50%, 20%. So times the percentage, which is the first one, 5%. And the trick here to understand mixed reference is that the percentages 5%, 15%, 20% are on row 3. Okay, but each of these values are in different columns, which means to be able to use the feature, the autofill feature, we need to fix the row number, okay, and leave the column relative so that when we drag, the next value will be multiplied by 15%, the next one will be multiplied by 20%, and if there's another one like 25, 22, 23, and all of that, it will be. This technique is very useful when you are doing financial modeling with Excel, okay, and then you're also doing this commission calculations, and you are trying to make a decision on if you go for scenario A, which is 5% increase in commission, scenario B, which is 15%, scenario C, which is 20%. How much are you going to spend on commissions? This is part of decision making, or decision making simulation, and its effects on your overall profits. If you have calculated this, you have your total cost and your revenue, or your total sales, you subtract and do all of that. How much is going to that? If should you award 5%? So it's very useful. You see it like this, it's very useful. Its application is enormous. Okay, so remember, like I said, 5%, 15%, 20%, all of these are on row 3. So we are fixing the row number. You bring a dollar sign before number 3, hit the enter key, and then that's it. You drag to the right first to get it. So when you come here, you double click, you see that fantastic, it picked 15%. When you go to level 3, it picked 20%. Okay, if you have not fixed it, it will be giving you wrong values. Then we can autofill these boys, can autofill them, can autofill to get the commissions for each of them. Okay, so you can double click on each of the results and see the where they are referencing it. This is dynamic. So when I click on H, I think H8, see what is happening. C8, C is constant, but the row is changing. So C8, and then D is constant for the quantity, and then the where the commission levels are, the columns are changing, but the row is fixed. Okay, the row is fixed. All right, so I believe that everybody has gotten grips on referencing, relative referencing, absolute referencing, and mixed reference. It is a very fantastic tool to have when you want to simulate decisions, simulate the outcome of scenario A, B, C on others. It's very, very useful when you are going to multiply items that are in non-adjacent cells or non-adjacent columns or rows in your on your worksheet. Fantastic. So we can move to our next activity. Okay, so we are done with relative and absolute. I think the next one is cell range. Okay, cell range and range names. Then we move to working with dates. Great. Yeah, uh, we will exhaust all the topics. Great. So create a new sheet and call it range, working with range name. This activity 5, right? So act 5, range, using range names, using range names, using range names. Fantastic. When you are done naming activity 5, right click in between here, go to your I think it was sheet formatting, activity 2, copy the content of activity 2. So select it like this. Okay, copy and paste it on that sheet. Okay, I guess it's somewhere here. Okay, all right, too much. So copy and paste. If you have issues like I have, you select the columns and double click to resolve it. Yes, so please, I'm waiting for you. When you are here, let me know. Activity 5 is working or using range names. Working with range names. We are duplicating. In fact, if you don't want to copy, you can just go to activity 2, okay, and create a copy of that. Let me show you that approach as well. So please, I'm showing you another approach besides the selecting and copy and pasting. Let's do another way. Yes, David. Have I done that? This is what we did last week. This is the last thing we did last week. And we are working in the same workbook. So if you don't have it, you let me put it on the platform for everybody. But please, after today, it's the same workbook. So you continue with that. So I've posted it there. You have this far in. Fantastic. So another way to duplicate a sheet is to right click on the sheet. So let's do that. Right click on activity 2, sheet formatting. Okay. And then click on move or copy. Click on move or copy. Then come and select move to end. Under before sheet, click on move to end. And then check the create a copy. So after this, the only thing I'll do is that duplicate sheet 3 or duplicate activity 5. If I say it, you have two options. You want to go and select copy, come and paste, and that's too cumbersome though. This is far better approach. Okay, now we are duplicating it in this same workbook. Okay, we are duplicating in this same workbook. When we make progress, I think after this we move to the date and all of that, then I'm going to show you this approach, how you can duplicate a sheet in the one I shared with you in Google Drive, how you can duplicate a sheet from different workbooks. Now we are duplicating in the same workbook. So you don't change anything at the top where you have to book. Just come here, click, move to end, and then check this checkbox. Create a copy, click on OK, and it gets duplicated at the end, and you rename it. So let me do that. Let me delete this so it doesn't conflict. This activity 5. Activity 5. And it's working with range names. So I've exhausted all my 30 characters or so. Working with range names. Okay. Working with range names. Yes, so please, I'm waiting for you. You should be here. Show by hand, thumbs up, all that are here. If you are not here with me, thumbs down. I'll give you some few seconds to catch up. Thumbs up if you are here. Thumbs down if you are not. Okay, two. So the ladies are here. The men, where are you? Okay, quickly. At 10 o'clock, we'll have our 15 minutes break or washroom break, breakfast break, and pizza break or Hausa cocoa break. So in the next 30 minutes, we'll have our first break. Okay. All right. All right. So I believe that everybody else is okay. So we have this sheet. We are going to use range names to enter the formula here. We are going to assign names to these rows. Okay. So go to cell G4 and enter row totals, and then hyphen range name. Okay, is for demonstration purposes. So um just append range name to it, so you know that for that column you are using range names to enter your formula. Okay, now, okay, define name and see. Fantastic. Okay, that works. All right, so select the data region for advertising. That's from January to March. Select that row. You can see my selection from 4,600 to 5,200. Select that. That's the data region for advertising. So what range names does is that this one is, I think the range is C5 to E5. We are going to name it as advertising. So at any point in time, we can refer to these three values as advertising. So we can say multiply advertising by rent, or advertising by supplies, or add advertising to rent, just using the names like that. So when it's selected like this, Excel is intelligent enough to know that the row, the name for this row will be to the left, because you have a row heading to the left. So it will pick it by default. If it doesn't pick it, then you have to enter it, the name for it. So with this selected, click on the formulas tab. So remember, today we have used the formulas tab twice. This is the second one. We have used the formula auditing command group. So just in the second week, you are getting already familiar with most of the tabs in Excel. We have learned how to use this. Now we are moving to the define names. Okay, so click on define name. Just click on that, and the intelligence engine in Excel will pick the name of the row heading, which is advertising, and then tell you the scope. The scope is this workbook. We don't want to apply it to another workbook, so that's okay. Then it says refers to, it will write an absolute, see, an absolute cell reference. So anytime you see an exclamation mark to the left of a name, that is the name of a worksheet. In Excel, names of worksheets are delineated by the name with an exclamation mark. So you see that the name of the worksheet is in single quote, then right after the single quote you have an exclamation mark. Okay, so if you want to pick the values from one worksheet in another worksheet in the same workbook, this is the approach. You pick the name of you type the name of the sheet. Typing it yourself is cumbersome, it's prone to errors. So I'll be showing you along the line how you can use the rich feature in Excel just by clicking on the cell. It will pick the name for you and do all of that. So you check this absolute reference. Okay, so you can just give a comment here telling us what this does. So you can see that this um is the range name for advertising expenses. Expense. Okay. And you click on OK. This is the range name for advertising expenses. And click on OK. And the name is there. Now when you check the name box, you have advertising in it. Oh, okay. So I guess I spelled my advertising wrongly. Advertising. Okay. So now when you select that region, you get to see that the in the name box you would see of the name of the row. Why advertising? Advertising. Okay. Now you do same for rent. So select the rent data region. Okay. So the three cells for rent, and you can directly type it in the name box as well. So when you select and go to the name box and you type rent, you have assigned a range name for it. I think that's better than, or is more efficient than going to that side. So I select supplies and I can come here and type supplies and it's done. Salaries. So for salaries, I'll go to define names. It picks it for me. The advantage of this is that it picks the name for me. So I select utilities, define name, it picks the name for me, and I am good. Anytime I select the data corresponding to that row, I get to see the name of that range, okay, in the name box. Fantastic. So now I can come here and in place of the range C5 is to E5, I can come to my row totals and type equals sum into brackets, then begin typing advertising. So when I start with the word add, I get to see the range I provided in addition to the comments I typed. So you see that this is the range name for advertising. Okay. I close the parenthesis and hit enter key. Then this one, because you are using absolute referencing, you cannot autofill. So you have to do it for the rest. So it goes like this. And okay, you do like this. So you go to the next, sorry, and then you type equals sum, and then this one is rent. type rent, hit enter, equals sum supplies, hit enter, equals sum salaries, hit enter, then equals sum utilities, hit enter. So what we've done by implication is that these the range names you are assigned are available as an absolute references or referencing for you. So if you have some values you don't want to you want to use absolute referencing in them, then you use the range names. It's very useful. So let it be in your pocket for now. Along the line, as we go advance, we'll be applying them in our data analytics training with Excel. Great. So 20 minutes more for our break, or let's say we'll do the break rather at 9:45. So by 10 we are fresh and we'll go to our uh, new topic. So the next topic is working with dates. So let's get it set up so that by 9:45 we'll go for our first break, washroom break, breakfast break, pizza break, blue skies break, depending on where you are living. If you don't live in a residential area, you will not get blue skies. You don't live at some places. Somebody was telling me that your name is either Rachel or Rahel, depending on where you live. So if you live at Sufu line, your name is it Rahel? You live at West Lagos, Rachel. Okay. All right. So the next is working with dates. So let's set it up, and then by 9:45 we go for our first break. Then we come back at 10 a.m. straight up 2 hours. Don't stop. Then we can uh, close. So create a new sheet. Call it Activity 5. Working with dates. Working with dates. Activity 5. Working with dates. Okay. So working with dates. Type in column B. Remember, you hardly type in column A. So working with dates, we don't want to waste time formatting, but make sure you leave column A empty. So in cell B2, type working with dates for our title. Then move to cell B4, type dates, and then type serial number / the value of the date. And when you are done, alert me, alert me. When you are done, alert me by showing your thumbs up so I can make progress. Yes, are we set? Do we have dates and serial number in columns B and C? Can we make progress? Show by thumbs up if you are set. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. So those who are talking are talking. So whilst these who talk are talking, means that we are good to go. All right. Now note this. If you have a notebook, okay, it's been recorded, so no problem. Don't waste time writing. But the more we use it, the more you don't even have to go and check a notebook for it. Now, if you want today's date, Okay, today is I guess 24th February 2024. Wow, 24. That's fantastic. So if you want today's date, you just type today. So equals today, bracket opens, bracket closes. You hit the enter key and it will give you today's date, which is 2nd February 2024. So kindly type equals today in cell B5 and press the enter key. Then we'll have some slight issues we'll have to be resolving. When it comes to working with dates, I know I'll spend some time here because some people's machines would have been set up with different dates local. Okay, so if you look at my own, I believe that by now everybody is done. If you look at my own, let me zoom. Okay, you realize that my month came first and then the day was second. As for the year, it's always the third or mostly the third. The issue here which you are going to face most often in your role as a data analyst is these two date formats that are in the world. The fight between US and I said the fight. Okay, so let me say it like that. The fight between US and UK. So Ghanaians, we are British people. We use the UK locale, the UK date format. The UK date format brings the day first, followed by the month and the year. However, the US date locale brings the month first and then the day second. So you say they will call it 9/11. So 9/11, 9 is the name of the month, September 11, where Osama bin Laden, Almighty bin Laden, bombed US. So any US communication, whether it's official or non-official, they will always bring the month first before the day. But UK, where we come from, where we are affiliated or related to, we use the day, month, year. And because of these two locales, popular locales in the world that control database systems, sometimes you'll be there and you have a data set sent to you. You open it on your machine for analysis and realize that, chai, the date is messed up. It's in different format. Either it's in numbers form or it's mixed, inconsistent date format. This is one of the issues you'll be facing throughout your career as a data analyst. How do you resolve this? It's 9:46. Let's go for our first break, 15 minutes break. So by 40 minutes or so. By 10 a.m., we are back here online and we'll continue with dates. Thank you. You have 40 minutes of break time. All right. So welcome back from the break. I believe everybody had something to eat. Of course, those who are married, the 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 bachelors, I don't think they had some. They went to buy house akoko. Okay. All right. So we were here. We were at the dates. I was explaining the two types of locales, and these locales determine the type of date format you have in your data set. I explained that US locale brings the month first and then the day of the month second, followed by the year. The UK locale is day, month, year, and we will prefer the UK locale. So how do we resolve this if it's UK? Okay, so kindly select up to row 11 in the B column and then right click to get to format cells. In your format cells dialog box, you click on dates in the category on the left hand side. Then you see the locales. So currently, as I explained to you, you could see that my own is English United States. Okay, so change it. See, click on the 2012-03-14 first, and then come to the locale. Change it from English United States to English United Kingdom. English United Kingdom. In fact, let's go for the 14 March 2012. Now, if you have the one with the asterisk, if there's asterisk attached to the type of date you have selected, it means that the date format will change based on the locale of the system, but that's not what we want. We don't want it to change. We want it to be fixed. David, what's up? Yours is English Ghana. Okay, so I think that will be the first time. So I have Nigeria. I don't think I've seen English Ghana before. Okay, please confirm. Has anybody seen English Ghana? Oh, there's Nigeria. And yeah, some more. This Nigerians, so many platforms. You go there, and the countries in Africa they will list South Africa. So see, this is English South Africa. Then they will have Nigeria, but we won't have Ghana. It's upset. Yet Ghana and yeah. Okay, so please choose. Meanwhile, we speak better English than Nigerians. Okay, all right. Please, William Zimbabwe. Kind of fly is that? So English United Kingdom, and then 14 March 2012. Remember, if it is United Kingdom, it is day, month, year. Then you click on OK, and you have this. So as part of your assignment, you are supposed to format the dates column or a date column in your data set to read, I think, short date or so. Short date. So after you've done this, you could have just come here. Okay, this one will give us just dates. Okay. So after you've selected the locale, you could have selected the date, whether it's short or long, from here. So this thing that I've selected, 24 February 2024, is a long date. And there's one with the abbreviation of the months. Let me see. Okay. I think for this locale, it doesn't have. Okay. But if you want to make it abbreviated, you can change this. So how many M's are here? So when you click on custom, you will see the type, the locale, which is English, Great Britain, and then the D is double D, and the M's are 4. So this 4 M's tells you that it is going to display the full name of the month. So when I delete 1 M in this custom code, it gives me an abbreviation of the month. And then when I delete, so short date will be 24 Feb 24. Okay, so 2 Y's, 3 M's, 2 D's. Okay, that will be a short date. Okay, I'm not doing that now, so I won't click on OK. I hope everybody observed that. Fantastic. So I'll send you some slides again about formatting, and you would be practicing with that. So 4 M's will display the full name of the month. Okay, and then 4 Y's the full year. So 2 Y's is the last 2 digits of the year will be displayed. Okay, now let's learn how you can also enter dates, how you can enter dates yourself. So let's say you want to enter um you want to enter 1 2 3, okay, 7th December. So 7, remember you've changed the locale to day, month, year. So 7 forward slash December is 12 forward slash 2014. Okay, so please enter 7 forward slash 12 forward slash 2014 and hit enter. Okay, so I guess I have an issue now. Which locale am I using? So this is a challenge. So let me see. I changed this. I think I changed it to the UK. Okay. So my system on is taking precedence. All right. So 12, 7. Okay. So though I changed it, it looks as if my entire system is set to US. So I have to use regional settings, go to the computer itself, the laptop itself, and change the locale to to UK. Let me see. If we go through change dates, 1 2 3. Okay, so let me see. Month, day, year, long dates, day, months, year. Okay, please, I'm confirming my locale. Okay, so I got this one from the calendar or the dates at the tree, the system tree. My short date is month, day, year. Okay, month, day, year. That is US. Okay, month, day, year, month, day, year. Okay, let me change this one to day, month, year, and then click on apply. Then you can see first day of the week starts on Sunday. So you can also come and change it here. The first day of the week starts on Monday if you so wish. But for now, let's leave it like this. I believe everybody has seen where the calendar icon is to get here. So let me see if the settings work. So I type 7 December 2024. Yeah, so that's the trick. Now it's working. When I enter, um, it works. So let me walk you through. Yeah, so let me walk you through. So on the, it's unfortunate you can't see my system tree. So look at my mouse at the lower right corner. Okay, lower right, you see the time. Mine is 10:12 a.m. on your task bar. Okay, everybody please confirm if you can see the time or the clock on your task bar. Confirm. Can you all see it? Where the time is on the task bar. The task bar is the most bottommost part on your window, on your screen. So Excel is sitting on a bar. This is Excel sitting on this blue kind of bar. Okay. On the right, you see the time. Can you all see time to the right on your task bar? Can you see time on your laptop? Where your time is? Can you see time? Time. Please, I need feedback. So when you click on that time, that's where you used to change the time on your machine. When you click on it, this dialog box will pop up. date and time. So confirm if you have this date and time where you change the date and the time. Can you have this date and time? If you are using Windows 11, I think you see some calendar uh, rather than this. But do you have date and time dialog box? Confirm, confirm, confirm. Okay, if you have, look for change date. So this is my change date and time. So whichever one you have, so far as you have clicked on the time, you've come here, look for change date, then it will bring you to the date and time settings. This is where we change the date and time of your laptop or your computer if it is wrong. But we are not interested in changing the dates and then the time. We are interested in changing the locale, how date is formatted, so that we will not have issues with date in Excel. Okay, so then you come and click on change calendar settings. Change calendar settings. So I've clicked on change calendar settings, and that takes me to the regional or region setting. So in fact, you can even go directly to the region settings. Region. So this is the region settings, and the region settings says that, so you can see the local format, English, United States. When I changed it in Excel and it was not working, I knew that I have to come and change it on my system as a whole, so that I will not have issues. So I set it once and for all here. So this is US local. That's what my machine is using. So 1, 2, 3. ABCD, right? English, Belgium, India, South Africa, United Kingdom. Okay. So the best is to change the locale, okay, and the region format, change the locale to the English United Kingdom. Then you see that our date to be formatted will to be day, month, year. This is short date. Short date is the 2 digits of the day, an abbreviated month name, and full year. And the long date is the 2 digits of the day, full month name, and okay, these are digits, and then full year. Okay, so please confirm if everybody has changed the local in the computer itself, the system, not in Excel. You have changed it on your laptop to United Kingdom. Confirm by showing your thumbs up if you have, thumbs down if you are yet to. If you don't show anything, means that you have not done it. Okay, so 2 people have done it. Fantastic. Yes, there is. How far? How far? How far? Great. So I believe that everybody is done. If you want to get to here quickly too, you can use a search to type region or regional settings. Let me see if it will come. Region, region, region. Supposed to. Yes, I did. Please, I saw it. I saw it. So if you can't find your calendar, your dates on your tax bar, you just bring your search on your where you search for your apps or your applications and type region, and this is it. It will take you directly. Okay, when you click on this, it will take you directly to this dialog box. Okay, and make sure you change this one to United Kingdom, because that's what we are using. So the short date is 24/02/2024. So no text, and the long date will have the full name. So there are variations of this one. We can have 24 Feb 2024, which means in place of 4 capital M's we have 3 M's. Okay, now whilst we are here, let's see if we can work on the So location is United Kingdom. I'll be going to UK very soon. And think then you click on apply and click on OK. The same place I'm looking for the currency. So let me see this one. So I click on the calendar, change calendar settings. This is date. I've done that already. This is numbers. I won't bother so much with numbers. I'll leave it like that. Then move to currency. So the default currency here is the this one is which one? Let me see how it's crossed. Okay, this is pounds. Okay, pounds. So the default currency is pounds. As you can see, Ghana no dey monk. So whilst you are here, you can let me see alt 155. Okay, alt 0A162. Okay, so first when you do alt 155, you get the CD sign. But the CD sign I'm trying to insert is not showing. So the workaround is that you go online and type CD sign, copy it, and come and paste it here. And then in Excel, you can have access to your CD sign. So please check me and do same. I'm going online. I'm going to type CD, CD sign, CD sign, whether it's in Word or wherever. Okay, so Alt A3, Alt. I just need this one to copy. That's all. Okay, let me see if I can see a nicer version. So what me I usually do is I get it from Excel and paste it. And this one too is not bad. Okay, so I have two options. So from today, if you want to show CD sign, never type GH and then there's capital C, please. It's an ambassadorian on your own. So I'll use the first one. So I've copied this sign C. If you are struggling, I'm pasting it in the chat box. If you can't find yours, I've pasted it in the chat box, so you can copy it directly from the chat box as well. Great. So now with the CD sign, I come here, click and do Control V to paste it. So I by default, when I should select accounting formatting standard or currency formatting standard, I should have the CD sign in my Excel. So I click on apply and I click on OK. I'm okay with this negative number designation. So I click on OK, click on OK, click on OK, and I am good to go. Okay, so remember what I said. Now, when I come to the activity 5, working with range names, I get to see that the accounting formatting I applied now has the CD sign. Okay, because you are in Ghana. All right. I believe this is working for everybody. If you don't talk and we start working with the date, you have issues. If you have not done this, you're going to have a lot of issues. So make sure you have done these settings. Then going forward, you will be displaying. You will not have issues with dates. I guess you not have issues. Yes, I guess you not have issues. Great. So now we're going to enter another date to test it. So let's say 6th March. So say March. March is 3rd month, 2018, and let's say yes. So now everything is working perfectly. Remember, anytime you want to input date in Excel, change the locale so that it doesn't mess up. When we had not changed it, this is March would have been 3rd June 2018. 3rd June 2018 is different from 6th March 2018. So always check the locale and set it to the appropriate one, the UK one if you are in Ghana or in the UK or in Europe. If you don't do that and begin entering dates, you might think that you are entering it a 6, you are entering 6/3/2018, it will be June 3rd, 2018. Okay. The other way to is to write the month, to write it in a long date. So you can write it in full, 6 March 2018, like that. Or you write, yes, you write everything in full. You write the month name in full and the day number in full. That one Excel will not get it wrong. Great. So now we have 4 dates, sorry. We have one for 2024. We have one for February, 2 for December, 1 for March. Please select these dates. Let me zoom in more so you can see. Select these 4 dates. Today I'm not feeling the vibe. I hope everybody is okay. No issues so far, right? Okay. So select these 4 entries and then hold down the control key and click and drag to your right. What this does is that you have duplicated the content on your left to your right. Let me repeat it. Select the 4 cells with the date values, hold down the control key and place the mouse pointer on the right edge or border of the selection. Then you should see a plus icon in addition to or added to the mouse pointer, that white arrow. When you see the plus icon, it means that you can duplicate it or replicate it. So click and drag to your right to copy it correspondingly to the right side or in column C. Okay, now with that done, what you're going to do is you are going to change the data type from date to number and see something for yourself. The reason why you can calculate ages of people, the duration for a project if you are doing project management, or how long a project will last and all of that, delivery time, lead time and all of that is as a result of the inbuilt functionality or how Excel stores date. Excel by its engine stores date as a numerical value. It's number. Date is number. That's how come when you enter date, it is right aligned because it's numeric. Okay, Caleb, do you have a question? Caleb? Okay, I guess his hand was raised by mistake. So let me continue. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you. So I'm going over copying the dates to the serial number column. So you select the 4 cells, place the mouse pointer on the selection edge, the border, the right border. When you place the mouse pointer there, it will turn into 4 edge arrows. In computing, 4 edge arrows means you can move. So if I click this, it means I am moving. But this is not what I want to do. I want to make a photocopy of what is on the left hand side at the right hand side. So instead of clicking move, I'll control the move. Okay, make you control the move. Abi the bag. So I click on the control key, then click and drag to the right so that the original will be there and then the photocopy too will be there. Ezekoma. Okay, fantastic. Great. Now select the date entries in the serial number column and go to the number command group under the home tab. You could see that the format or the number format is date. Change it to number and then reduce the decimal places to none. or 0? Okay, this is to tell you that date is a number. In fact, they say that age is a number. And that's the truth. Age or date is a number. And that's how come I can subtract, I can find the difference between 24th December 2024 and 7th December 2019, either in years or in days. Yes, Caleb. Yeah, so you decrease. So see, still under the numbers command group, you have increase decimal places and increase decimal. So you decrease the decimal, click on the decrease decimal twice, and it will take the two decimal places away. Does it answer your question? Fantastic. I believe everybody is doing well, everybody is okay. If you are here relying on the recording, what if I don't upload the recording? So please talk, ask questions. If you face issues, please um, interact. Let it be interactive. Fantastic. So we can make progress. So I think earlier on I indicated that I can find the difference. So let's say we want to subtract 45,346 minus. So every calculation we can do here, we can do on that. So when I subtract this from that, I get 3366. 3366. 3366. Oh, this is not what I want. Okay. So I can get 3366 like that, and that gives me um, the difference. But I don't want the, how do we call it? I I want the difference it's in either months or year or day or something. Okay, I want it like that. So type difference, or is it difference, or yeah, so difference, then maybe you can type years. So we'll do first for years, then the next one we'll do months. Difference in, or you can say duration, and this is months. So please take this function is duplicated in Excel, so it's not available. So you realize that when I was typing, it was not giving me any help, because it's no longer um, part of the core Excel functions. Okay, all right. So we want to find the difference between 2024 and 2024 in years. Okay, so the syntax is DATEDIF. Please, the F is only one. DATEDIF. The F is only one. You open the parenthesis, then the start date, which is the smaller date. Okay, 2024, comma, then the end date, which could be today. Okay, yes, that's even today. Okay, so your start date comes first, then your end date, comma, then the format. You want the difference in which format, date format. Is it in years, in months, in seconds, in days, in weeks? So we want it in years for this one. So you type Y in quotation marks, you close the parenthesis, and you hit enter. And this gives you that the difference between 2024, is it really 9 years? Okay. Is it correct? So 2024 minus 2014. So supposed to be okay. So that's correct. 10 years. Okay. So February and December. Okay. So it's supposed to be some 9 years and some months. All right. But that's correct. So you decrease the decimal places. Okay. And like this. If you want to show that it is in years, you want to add YRS to it, you can format it and you will get it in years. I hope it's working for everybody. Okay. Then you want to calculate the duration in months. So you type the same thing equals DATEDIF, bracket opens, the start date. This time let's use the serial and see if it works. Okay. So that one also works. So 110 months. 110 months. So I believe that the month will be an accurate description of that. So how many months make a year? 12. So 12 times 1, 110. 8. No. How many months make a year? Okay. Times 9. 12 times 9 gives you 108. 108 months, and this is 110. So minus 2, that is January and February. Okay. Yeah. January and February. Yes. Yes. When you did what? It gave you what? You say the same date format. I'm not getting it. If you say the same date format, what is it giving you? Like how? Okay, so copy your formula and paste it in the chat box. Let me see. Let me see your formula. Have you pasted? Are you using your phone to join? Okay, so date def B6 B5. Okay. So check. Yes, Caleb, I've seen it. Check your number format or the format of the cell. Is it number or is date? Check and make sure it's number. Make sure it's number. I believe that if it's number, it should give you this 9 years. Okay, great. Okay. So remember, anytime you have to do this, you have to, for the calculations, the format should be number. Okay. So whether you work it on the serial number or on the date itself, the DATEDIF will work. Okay. So we have learned how you can enter dates, enter it yourself, or use the today function to retrieve it. Okay. Now let's go ahead and then use the noun. So type equals now under the date column. I've intentionally left one line. Okay, so jump row 9 and move to row 10 and type equals now. That's also an Excel function, but this one retrieves both the current date, the date of your system. So this date is subject to the settings, the accuracy of the date on your computer. So it's picking the date from your computer and Oh, okay. So where is the time? It's supposed to give me time. Hmm. Okay, I think I formatted it already. Okay. So we formatted it already to show dates like this without the time. But if we had not formatted, let's go to a cell that we've not formatted and check this. So I'm moving to the F column, and then let me type equals now, enter. So move to the F column, move to the F column and type equals now and hit enter, and you get to see that now gives me today's date and the time, the exact time at which I am making the entries. Okay. So if you are using Excel to enter data, pardon? Which column are you in, please? Okay. And can you paste what you typed in the chat box, please? You are using, please, I hardly hear what you're saying. Okay. So can you tell me exactly what you have typed? What you typed? Pardon? And so I want you to tell me what you typed into that cell. Uh, yeah, okay. So type equals now, now in capital letters, bracket opens, bracket closes. Okay. This is the formula. Type it exactly as you see it. Equals now, capital letters, bracket opens, bracket closes. Okay. Okay. All right. So mind you that the today function and the now function must be capital letters. And you should, if so, when you see the hashtag name, it means that you did not spell it right how it's supposed to be. You didn't spell it like that, so it will give you issues. So you always check the spelling. Okay. So this is it. The now gives you the current date together with the current time. Now, if you want only time, you can extract. So I can go to, you welcome, David. You can go to the number format and choose only time. Though you use the now, you can still display portion of the noun values and display only time. So 10:45, 10 seconds. Okay, that's it for for the now. If I want only the date out of it, I go there and choose short dates, and I get to display only the dates, only the dates from that place. Okay. Now, if you use the now or today in your workbook, what it means is that anytime you close, you save your work, close it, and you open it again, even if you don't type anything in your workbook, Excel assumes that you have made changes. And so it would, if you want to close the workbook again, it will require that you save the changes. This is the implication. the now or the today function runs as a macro anytime you open the cell. So it goes to check your dates and your time and picks it, and that is you. It's like you picking or writing the date and the time in the worksheet or in the workbook again. Okay, so please, if you don't want the date and the time to be changing in any sheet or data set that you have, then you don't use the today or the now, because the today, if you open the workbook tomorrow, the date will change to tomorrow's date. If you open it next 2 weeks, to change the next 2 weeks date. If you don't want it like that and you want the date that you enter today to be fixed, when you open it tomorrow, you want yesterday's date to be 23rd and tomorrow's date to be 24th, then you don't use the now or the today function. I'm going to show you quickly a shortcut to get that workaround. Okay, so let's say it's today. I am entering data and I want today's date. I don't want today's date to change tomorrow when I open my worksheet. This is what I do. Control colon. Control colon will give me today's date, but this is fixed. Anytime, any day I open it, it will not change. The date will be constant. Okay, so that's is it for you. Control colon gives you today's date. Okay, so let me type here fixed current date or today's date. Okay, then if I want the current time that I am entering the data, let's say it's an employee attendance data sheet that I am recording. If I want to pick the current time, I do control shift colon, control shift colon, control shift, let me see, yes, control shift colon. So when I do control shift colon, it also picks the current time from the system. These two keyboard shortcuts, you should never forget them. Picks the current time from the system and saves it. This one, when you open it in the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour, 6 hours, this one will be fixed. Okay, to be fixed. It won't change. So it will stamp it and fix it. It won't change. But this one will change. Great. I believe that is working for everybody. Now let's move on to um, the next exciting ones. Okay, so let's move to activity 6. Create a new sheet. Now you've understood how we work with dates. We are going to work with date function. So activity 6, act 6, and call it date functions. I believe that nobody will have issue from this time. This is where the issues might be. So let's trust God that everybody will be okay at this stage. So please come along. If you have an issue, raise your hand. Let's address it quickly with the date format. The main issue will be inconsistent date. If you don't have an inconsistent date, you're going to enjoy these sections. Fantastic. So let's go to our workbook. There is a sheet. Let me see what's the name of the sheet. 1, 2, 3. Date functions. Supposed to be date functions. Where are you? Activity 3. Lab. Date and time lab. Oh, okay. So there's a sheet called date and time lab in the Excel workbook. Date and time lab 2. Date and time lab 2. I believe that I should have 2 columns. Okay, so this is it. Confirm if you have this date and time lab 2. Do we have it? Okay. All right. So right click on it. Right click on date and time lab 2 in the workbook I sent you. Then go to move or copy. So we are going to copy this worksheet onto our lab worksheets. Okay. So move or copy. Then the first thing you do here is to select the workbook. So we are moving to which book or copying? Okay, we are copying. So we are copying to which book? Please, if you don't check the create a copy, it will move this one. In other words, to delete it from this workbook. Okay, so we are sending it to, I'm sending to weekend lab session. So send yours to your lab session workbook, and then you check create a copy and make sure that you have oh, hold on, think where are you? So we are moving and copying. So you select, sorry, so the first thing you do is to select the sheet you want to move or copy. So date and time lab 2, you click on it to select it, then click on create a copy. Okay, then you can come and select, or you go and select the workbook you are copying it to, you are making a copy to. When you come to this workbook, which is the last section workbook, come and choose move to end and click on OK. And when you do that, that worksheet from the practice workbook or all activities workbook will be copied onto the lab workbook. Yes. Oh, I should come again. Oh, wow. Okay. So I'll come again. But after this coming, I won't come again. Okay. Sylvia, do you have the same issue? Please, which version of Excel are you using? Mm, okay. So you, okay. So after today, I'll share the link with you so you install 2019 version. So if this approach is not working for you, you can just copy those two columns from the activities workbook and then come and paste it here. So you can just do copy and paste. Okay, you can just do copy. And this is just to show you that you can actually duplicate a sheet from one workbook onto another workbook. Okay, that's why I'm doing that. But select copy and paste also works. Okay, for the sake of Caleb, I'll do it again, once again. That is once. Okay, so this is my activity workbook, all activities, and I am on the worksheet I want to duplicate in my lab workbook. So I right click on it, that sheet tab, date and time lab 2, right click on it, go to move or copy, and then I make sure I select date and time lab 2 sheet first. Caleb, are you following? Then I click on create a copy. Second step. The third step is to tell Excel where I want to create a copy of this sheet to. So I come to the to book and I select my lab workbook. Mine is called weekend lab sessions. I select it. Then I come to move to end. I scroll down from the right and select move to end, and I click on OK. When I click on OK, it comes with its name. Okay, comes with its name. Okay, fantastic. So I believe that by now everybody has it. Okay, so hold on. Did we have oh, okay, we should have selected that. We had, okay, and yeah, sure. I forgot that we've already created a sheet for that, so we could have duplicated it onto this sheet. That's fine. Okay, so in this case, we would have to delete this one. I've copied the name and deleted it and pasted it here. Okay, so make sure the one you have copied here has the name for the sheet Act 6 date functions. I think we have not colored our activity 5 and activity 6, so let's color. Our last color range was it blue? I think blue. So this one will go for the third one from the right, 50%, and then activity 6 will be 80%. Tab color, third 80%. Gold accent 4, lighter 80%. Okay, so they are different from, they will look different from the other. Great. All right, so now let's see what is gonna happen. What is going to happen when we interrogate the dates. Okay, so please select the other date column, right click on it, format cells, or we could have just used the long date there. I want to show long date, so you can either go to format cells or come to the number command group and choose long dates. Make sure other dates and shift dates are long dates, so you can select them, number command group, then choose long date. When you choose long date, please observe if you don't have any inconsistencies. Okay, observe if you don't have any inconsistencies. Okay, so I want to believe that it is done. Okay, if you have these columns, delete them, so we do them ourselves. So the next column is year. Want to extract the year, want to extract the month, want to extract the day, then day of week, and then number of weeks elapsed, and then next coupon date, payment date. So please type these columns. Let me zoom in so you can see them. Okay, so year, month, let me copy. It is year, month, week. I'm pasting them in the chat box so you can see. Please, I pasted the headings in the chat box. Copy them and paste them. Great. Please confirm if you have the column headings. Confirm by showing your thumbs up. Confirm by showing your thumbs up. 1, 2. Okay. Hey, so the rest. Is it that their emails are online, but they themselves they are offline? Their laptops are online. Interesting. Okay. So you type equals year, the function to extract the year from it. I believe that in the assignment you did something like that. So you type equals year, bracket opens, and then look at even the syntax, serial number. Okay. So we are working with the order dates. So you click on year, click on the cell reference for the order date, close the parenthesis, and hit enter. When you are done, autofill it. You should have the years extracted for each row. If some of them are not extracted, then you have an issue. Okay, so I don't think the year you have an issue. It's the months that you have issue. Okay, so do it. If you have any errors, let us know quickly. Great. Equals year. Then you click on the cell reference for the first date and the other date. Then you enter and autofill to extract all the years from it. Okay, now let's move to the month. So you type equals months. Okay, double click, other dates, first value. You close the parenthesis, hit enter, then autofill it. Okay, then you have the month designation, but this month designation is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is not useful. It's not useful at all. So we'll be learning how we can write a function to assign 1 to January, 2 to February, and all of that. But there's also a work around this. Okay, there's a trick we can get the full month name. So let's do that whilst we are here. Right click on column D and then click on insert. So you will have a new column to the left of column D and call this one month name and hit enter. All right, please, I'm waiting for you. When you get here, show by thumbs up. Okay, so the month you type equals months. You type equals. Oh, okay. Do you mean creating the month name column? Do you mean this? Sina, do you mean this? You mean the month formula? Okay. So you type equals months. The name of the function is month, and you use that month function to extract the month from the date, the order date. So equals month, bracket opens. You click on the cell reference for the first order date value in B2. You close the parenthesis. You hit the enter key. Then you double click at the right edge to autofill it. Okay. Then when you are done, you right click on column D right click on column D. So this is column D. I go there, right click on it, then I click on insert. When I click on insert, it will create a new column and move it to the left. So know that in Excel, when you are creating a new column, it will create the new column to the left of the selected column. The same applies to a row. If you want a new row to be before row 2, then you select row 2. You want it before row 4, then you select row 4, because it will move it to shift 4 downwards and let the one you want come up. Okay, please, the heading is month name. Okay, now this is what we're gonna do. Please pay attention and do attentively. So click in cell B2, which is the cell reference for go to column B2. Yes, column B. Click on the cell reference at the column B. Press and hold down the shift key and the control key, and then the down arrow key. So control shift down arrow, then control backspace to take you back to the active cell. The active cell is a white cell in the selected cells. Okay, so cell B2, control shift down arrow, that will select the entire cells in column B that have date values, and that will take you to the bottom. To still keep the selection and move you up to the active cell, you hold down the control key and press the backspace, and that will take you to the active cell in your selection. Now we want to replicate this date in the month name column. So you, just like we've been doing, place the mouse pointer at the border, the right border, till it turns into a 4-edge arrow. Then hold down the control key, then you click and drag proportionally in that correspondingly. Then you leave your hand, and you have duplicated or copied what is here to that side. This is the second time. Next one, I only see that duplicates the values here in that column. Okay, so this is the second time we have performed this. Of course, okay, the first one I did it 3 times, so this is the 4th time. Yeah, David Blue. I won't repeat it too, so I hope that's what you're going to ask. Yeah. Can you repeat your question? Can you repeat your question? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's not control shift backspace, control backspace. Okay, so we'll give you 30 seconds to replicate. Have you replicated? Have you duplicated the data to the months column? Okay, so do that quickly in the next 20 seconds. Then we can continue. So duplicate the contents in column B in column D, the month's name. Do it like we have done, and then we can continue. Have you done this? And do it fast. Okay, so whilst it's doing it, those of us who have it, select all the values, the dates entries under the month's name column. So Control Shift down arrow, Control backspace. Okay. Then where is this? Okay. Then David, are you done? Okay. Then you right click and click on Format Cells. You right click and click on Format Cells, or you what is that? Format Cells. Oh, why is it not working? Okay. Alright. So right click Format Cells, and we are moving to the date. If it's already selected as date, so make sure it is date, and then come to the custom code. Okay, custom code, or the custom category, and you see the custom code or custom format code that is using. Okay, we want to edit this to show only the month, so we delete whatever that is there to the left of the 4 M's, and then whatever is to the right of the 4 M's, and click on OK, and voila, you have the month. Okay, you have the month. So this is a workaround. There are other options that we'll be learning, advanced options, but this one also works. This is efficient as well. There are other options where advanced ones where we use Power Query to extract the month from the year. So this one is extracting the month from the year. At the month function will only extract the the it only extracts the number from it. Okay, Control Shift down, Control 1, and then let me do my M's 1 2 3 4. Okay, so this is the issue with this. If you do it the first one to work perfectly, but the second will not. So this we have to use the choose function to write that. So for now, make sure you work with the month's name. See now, but your format with the month's name. Okay, so for the sake of Sina, I'm going to do it again. So make sure you've selected all the values under the month name, all the date entries, and you right click on it to format cells. The keyboard shortcut to invoke the format cells dialog box is control 1. The one is the numbers at the top of your keys, not the one on the right hand side. So control 1 is efficient rather than right clicking format cells. That's just one step. Okay, so control 1, custom, we want only the months, and the months are designated by 4M's. Full month name is 4M as a custom code. So we'll delete any other thing that is not 4M here. So I delete all the things to the left, all the things to the right. Then I have 4M's if I want the full month name. If I want abbreviated months, I will have 3M's. But I like the 4M's. Then I click on OK. Then here I am. I have the month names. Okay. Now let's move to day. Day. So the name of the function, of course, is called day. So you type equals day, and then you select the dates for the shift dates, enter, and this one is the 8th day. So this one is picking whether it's 15th, 8th, 17th, 14th, 13th, 30th. Okay, this one picks the day like that. So it's not difficult. Then we want to show the weekday. Okay, I think this is weekday. I called it day of week. No, so weekday. We want to show the weekday of this date. So 2nd, 8th January. Is it a Wednesday or a Saturday or a Sunday? So you type equals week. There's a function called weekday. So you type equals weekday. Click on 08 January 2015. Close the parenthesis. Hit enter. And hey, it's giving us wahala. So it gave us, okay, so you do that. It gave us yours gave it Thursday. Okay, so we'll format it. So mine is giving me numbers, but I don't want the numbers. So I'll go to my format cells, custom code, and type 4Ds. Okay, 4Ds for the day. And you said yours gave you what? So Thursday. Oh, okay, so I think it's correct. So 2nd, 8th January is a Thursday. 8th January 2015 was a Thursday. So if yours does not give you Thursday, make sure, as we have been doing, you select Control and 1, custom code, then type 4Ds, and you will have the weekday. I'm taking my time to walk you through all of this because in data analytics, there's what we call time series analysis. You want to track performance of sales over weekly performance, daily sales analysis. You want to find out, you want to compare Sunday sales with Saturday sales, or weekend sales against Friday sales, or Monday sales, or Wednesday sales. So in data analysis, anytime we are doing analysis, in fact, there's no analysis project that doesn't have data in it. Your ability to extract several components out of a full date and drill down to several analysis with it is very important. Okay, that's why I'm taking my time for us to go through all of this. It looks like we cannot complete module 2 today, as we are left with the if function and all those boys. Okay. So there's another one which says the number of weeks that have elapsed. Number of weeks. So how many weeks elapsed between the order dates and the ship dates? When the customer ordered the thing and the time or the date it got to the customer. What is the difference? So maybe we'll do it. Okay, I said weeks, right? Number of weeks. Um, weeks. Okay, so let's do it. Number of days, rather. Number of days first. Still number of days, and then later we can do months and all of that. Okay, so here we are going to use the DATEDIF. Okay, we're going to use the DATEDIF function to achieve that. DATEDIF function. We're going to use the DATEDIF function to achieve that. So we type equals DATEDIF. Remember the F is only one. Open parenthesis, and then our start date, which is the smaller date. So all of this is 2015, and January, but the day, okay, so 7th January is the start date because it's smaller than 8th January. So 7th January will be our start date. Of course, you order before we ship the item. So our start date will be the order date. Then I go to my formula bar, I click on comma. I'm going to the formula bar because when I scroll to the right, to the cell I'm entering the formula, I'll have to come back again. But in the formula bar, I get access to this. So A2 will be my start date, end date will be my ship date, and then I am measuring it in days. So I put D in quotation marks, double quotes, close the parenthesis, hit the enter key, and I get to see that the number of days that has elapsed is here. 1 day, of course, 7th and 8th January. The difference will just be Kume, Bako, Bako, Bako. Just a day. And then 2 days for, I think, 7 days. So right here, we can actually perform analysis of the longest day it took to deliver an item or an item to be shipped to a customer. And if you didn't know how to do all these calculations, you could not have arrived at that. You would say that they didn't give me that column. Because they gave you ship date and order date. You have all the data to perform such analysis. How long it took, okay? How long it took for an item to be delivered in terms of days. How long it took for the item to be delivered to the customer. And then which of the days which of the items took so long, okay, recorded the highest length of days for delivery. So in place of this, of course, these are all days. So if I put months, because they are not more than 30, it will be 000. Okay, so there's no need putting months there. It's supposed to be D for days because the highest is 7. Okay, highest is 7. Okay, please, any questions so far? Any questions so far? All right. So we would continue, and then after the next coupon date calculation, I'll give you some series of activities, and then we'll ask question, do question and answer time. Okay. So usually when it comes to dates and you are performing analytics with Excel or Power BI, you are you want to determine when next payment is due. So if you are a financial analyst for an organization, or a risk analyst, or a loan officer, and or maybe you are storing some payment details about your customers whom you have loaned, and you want to calculate, you have made some payment or you've given them 6 month installment, you want to calculate when next they have to pay uh, the next item. How do you do it? How do you go about it? So we call it, the function we use is EDATE. Okay, EDATE. EDATE. So this one doesn't relate directly um the shipment, but since we are working with date, we will use the order date. So if it is order date, maybe we can say next date to ship an item, the next date to ship an item. Okay, all right. So you type under E2 equals E date like this, and then you see that, let me see, is that returns the serial number of the date, that is the indicated number of months before or after. So how many months should come, or how many months should um, our next payment be, our next shipment be, our next order be. Okay, so equals E date, and then the start date will still work with the ship date. Okay, comma, and remember it is the start date and then the months. So let's say 1 month after 7 January, we want the next shipment date to move in the next month. So we type 1 and we close the parenthesis, we hit the enter key. And remember, if you get something like this, don't be alarmed. This is a number, but this number is date. Okay, this is date. So like I have explained, everything we've done is intentional, so that in future when data set is given to you and you see this, you are not frightened. Okay, so 4,000, 3,000, all of these are dates. Okay, all right, so we just change the format to long dates. Okay, and you are good to go. You have predicted when next payment will be with this simple formula. So remember, it was 7th January 2015, and now it is 7th February 2015 for the first one. If I put 12 months here, then look at what it does. It moves to 7th January 2016. Isn't that fantastic? This is fantastic and has many useful applications, especially to delivery, payments, and tracking of projects and activities, project management, data analytics, um, payments issues, and all of that. Okay, so if I put 13 months or 14 months, it moves to March and all of that. Okay, moves to March for the first one. Okay, please, any questions? Any questions? Any cool sign? Any question? Please ask questions. So ask questions. Yes, Davido, David Ampa. Oh yeah, yeah. Depends on the data set. Yeah, yeah. It just happened that It just happened that these dates, the other dates, all of them were in 2015. So I think after today, the assignment, I have an assignment for you. Today's week, I said today, this week project, the data set you'll be working with has about 4 years of data. So I think it's from 2010 to 2012. Okay, 2010 to 2012. So it's not always the time that the years will be like 1 year. Okay, it depends on the data sets you have. Of course, if you are the data analyst of the organization and the data set they gave you is last year's data only, okay, 2023, then you only have 2023 as the year, but that you can drill down to the individual month. So though the year is 2023, you can drill down to the months, to the weeks, and to quarter. Okay, to quarter. Okay. Um, you're welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So a minute. I want to treat the last one, and by the last one you'll be able to complete the assignment. You can do research to complete this week's project, but I want you to have context to the assignment is for week 2. So besides the name of the month, the year, the weekday being useful in your analysis, you also need to know quarters. So for instance, January is in the first quarter. From January to March is first quarter. From April to June, like that, like that, like that. April, May, June, June, July, August, September, October, November, October, November, December. So 4 quarters. Okay. How do you achieve that? How do you achieve those functions? Functioning. So let's quickly create a quarter column for our, let me say, shape date. We'll be working with other date, other date, other date. 28th May, the same day, same day. Okay. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. Okay. A minute time. Let me see. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. So let's create a column to the left of year and see. Uh, so we divide this one by 4. I want an easier one for you. Easier one. Okay. Okay, so let's create the column after the month's number rather. So right click on column F, which is the day column, insert a new column and call it quarter. 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 So please, we'll do the functions next week. Today is Shege function. We'll treat the about 6 or 7 key Excel functions next week. All right, so there's a function called choose, and that function can be used to designate the, so let's say where's the day. So let's say you look for the day like this and it was numbers 1 2 3 up to 7. You can use the choose function to indicate that Sunday will be 1, Monday will be 2, Thursday will be 3, Tuesday will be 3, like that, like that, like that. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to tell Excel that it should take this number from month 1 through to month 3. It should return quarter 1. Then 4, 5, or 6 return quarter 2. Okay. So type equals. Okay, type equals. And this one works in chronological order. Okay, so if January is the first month, January will be first. So January will be quarter 1, February will be quarter 1, March will be quarter 1. Okay, so the first thing is type equal to, then you bring your function name choose, you double click, then we select the month. The month is in cell E2. Okay, select the month, then you bring your comma. Now you type the individual values. Remember, first 3 months will be quarter 1, quarter 1, quarter 1. So quotation marks Q1, closing, comma, quotation marks Q1, comma, this is January and February. Then the third month, remember I said it's chronological, value 1, value 2. So it should go through the month. If it sees 1, it's still quarter, it's January. January falls in quarter 1. If it sees number 2, which is this second Q2, it is February. February is still quarter 1. Then the next one, if it goes to the third number, which is March, it's still quarter 1. And we are done with the first quarter. We are moving to the second quarter. So if it sees, so we've done 3, right? January, February, March. April, quarter 2, quarter 2. Let me speak like an Indian. Quarter 2. April, May, quarter 2. So I had an Indian boss from India, and then when he came, he wanted to show the Indians that he's working. He's a new IT boss working, and he brought photographers to our offices, and he told the photographer, click the pictures. That was the first time I've heard that we can actually click pictures. We click cameras, we're already there. I say click the pictures, come and click. So he was clicking us pictures. Okay, all right, so please click Q2. That will be May, and then June. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So we are at the 6th month now, Q2. Then July, August, September, all of them are quarter 3. So July, August, September, 7 8 9. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, quarter 3, Q3, comma, Q3, comma, Q3. The way I'm talking plenty, when I finish and you ask me to do it again, I bet me out. Okay. Then It's like the last one. I think we've done 9. So let me count my quarters. 1, 2, 3. Quarter 1. 1, 2, 3. Quarter 2. 1, 2, 3. Quarter 3. Okay, let me use the formula bar. 1, 2, 3. Quarter 1. 1, 2, 3. Quarter 2. 1, 2, 3. Quarter 3. So the last 3 was quarter 4. Q4, comma, in quotation marks. If you make the quotation marks, it won't work. Q4, comma, then Q4, quotation marks. We are done. So let me count if I have 12 kills and corresponding 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 months. So I go through the months. If it says January, February, March, quarter 1, assign quarter 1 to it. So the choose is like an if statement. And this is a more better way to write it. You'd have written if month is this, do this. Else if month is this, too much work. Too much work. This is better. So I am good to go. I hit the enter key. Okay, I get to see that January is in the first quarter. I autofill, and let's see if God has heard my prayers. Okay, autofill, why? February is in quarter 1, June is in quarter 2. Okay, let me see if there is a quarter 3. June. I guess all of these are up to second quarter sales. Okay. So they are first and second quarter sales. But if we had any month that is in the, so if I change the first one from January to December, I'm just changing for shaggy reasons. And where is this? Okay, that is not what I use. I use this one. Okay, and this one picked the months from. Okay, so they are picking from different values. It's picking from this one rather. So I guess I get to change it here to December. And as soon as I change this one from January to December, you see quarter 4. This is dynamic and it's awesome. Okay, please, any questions? Did it work for you? Let me change it from December to January so I don't get issue. Okay, are we good?